What if I told you? Healing was never meant to be a solo act. See, pain passes through families like an inheritance. But here, the hope, healing can pass the same way too. In today's episode, we're not just talking about you as a parent, we're talking about your whole family. How cycles of silence, anger, and broken trust can finally stop. And how love, forgiveness, and real connection can take their place. Because here's the truth, families don't heal by accident. They heal on purpose. They heal together. So if you've ever thought maybe it's too late for my family, today's episode is proof that it's not. Welcome to this episode of TK's Diary Healing Blueprint, How Families Break Cycles Together. Let's dive in.
All right, let's jump right into something that's, well, it's a little tough, but so important. We're going to explore the very real connection between a parent's past and what their home feels like today. How those old wounds we carry can shape our family life right now without us even realizing it.
So let's start with a big question. And I want you to really think about this for a second. When you look in the mirror, what do you really see? Is it just you, today? Or can you also see the faint outlines of old pains, old hurts, your scars?
Because here's the thing, the tough truth really. Those scars from your story, they're not just memories locked up in a box somewhere. Nope, they are active. They walk into the room with you, and they absolutely 100% show up in how you parent.
So you might be wondering, okay, but how? How does that actually work? Let's get really specific. We're going to connect the dots here, drawing a straight line from a pain that happened in your past to a reaction you might be having in your home right now.
Okay, so picture this. Maybe you grew up feeling unheard, like your voice just didn't matter. So now, when your teenager talks back, it's not just disrespect, is it? It can feel deep down like that old wound is getting poked again. And boom, suddenly you have this huge reaction that, honestly, is way bigger than the moment actually calls for.
Or what about this one? Our past is kind of like the operating system we're running on. So if you were raised in a house where affection was rare, or maybe you had to earn it, well, it can feel super awkward to just give it freely now. It's not that you don't love your kids like crazy, it's just that you were never really given the map for how to express it.
And trust? Oh, that's a huge one. If you've been betrayed in the past, really broken by it, your brain can get rewired. It defaults to suspicion as a way to protect itself. And that scar, it doesn't know the difference between the person who hurt you way back then and your kid who just needs you to believe in them today.
And the key thing to get here is that this isn't always about big, loud, dramatic fights. So often, its influence is way more subtle. It's that little bit of a sharp edge in your voice you didn't mean to have. It's a rule you made for your house that's really more about your old fears than their current safety. It's just this quiet tension that kind of drips into the atmosphere of your home.
Okay, so now we're gonna go a little deeper. And I'll be honest, this part can be a tough one to sit with, but this is where the real change, the real breakthroughs can happen. We need to talk about the way our kids can become this unintentional mirror, reflecting our own unresolved stuff right back at us.
Just let that one sink in for a second. That power struggle you're in, that constant friction, what if it's not actually personal? What if your teen isn't really fighting you, but they're pushing up against the invisible wall that your old wound built around your heart?
This might be one of the heaviest, but also one of the most motivating truths about being a parent. What you don't heal, you will hand down. It's just that simple. The patterns, the anxieties, the baggage, if we don't consciously do the work to heal, we risk passing those exact same burdens onto our kids.
And here it is, the real punchline. We can say all the right things, give all the perfect lectures, but our kids, man, they are experts at reading our energy. They feel our unresolved anger, our anxiety, our fear. So a lot of the time, their behavior isn't a reflection of what we said, it's a direct reflection of our unhealed wounds.
Okay, I know, that is a lot, and it can feel incredibly heavy. But listen, the goal here isn't guilt, not at all. It's awareness, because once you can see it, you can start to change it. So, let's turn the corner and talk about the path forward. Your scars do not have to define your family's future. They can become stories of strength, your testimony. So, how in the world do we start? Well, it really breaks down into 3 clear steps. First, you've got to recognize the scar. Just name it, own it, acknowledge that it's there. Second, invite help. Look, healing is a team sport, okay? Not a solo mission. And third, and this is a big one, you have to rewrite the script. Let's dig into what that actually means.
This whole idea of rewriting the script is a total game changer.
See, a lot of us live by the goal of, I'll never be like my parents. But that's still reacting to the past, isn't it? It keeps you tied to it. A proactive goal, rewriting the script, sounds like this. I will heal so my children's future is lighter than my past. See the difference? It's a powerful shift toward taking responsibility for their tomorrow.
And ultimately, this is why it matters so much. This isn't just some self-help project. The personal work you do on your own heart has a massive ripple effect. Healing yourself calms the waters in your entire home. It is, without a doubt, one of the most profound and lasting gifts you could ever give your family.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem and we've talked about the path forward. Now it's time to turn all this insight into actual action. So here's your challenge for this week.
The challenge is this simple phrase. For the next 7 days, every single time you find yourself getting frustrated with your teen, I want you to just pause. And instead of focusing all your energy outward on their behavior, I want you to turn the spotlight inward and just observe your own reaction. Ask yourself, wait, what am I feeling right now?
And as you're watching yourself this week, I'm going to leave you with one final powerful question to just sit with. What scar from your past might be writing a chapter in your family's story today? Just thinking about that, really sitting with that question, that is the brave first step toward healing.
Parents, here's the takeaway. Cycles don't break because we wish it. They break because we choose it. Every moment you choose honesty over hiding. Every time you choose listening over shouting. Every time you choose love over pride. You're rewriting the story your kids will live out. Your healing is their healing. Your breakthrough is their blueprint. So don't leave this episode as just good advice. Pick one step, live it, repeat it. And watch your family shift from survival to legacy. And hey, if this spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit subscribe, share this with another parent, and let's build a movement of healed homes. This is TK's Diary, decoding the teen mind, healing the parent's heart, and fighting for the next generation. See you in the next one.